My whole life was just passing by me. Everything just like went into perspective, like what was important, what wasn't important, what I'm worried about, what I shouldn't be. And it's just like all that happened like the 10 minutes I was sitting on that chair. My parents both are from Cyprus, which is in the Mediterranean. They left when they were 15 and they went to London. And they met in London, lived there for 15 years. And my dad always had a dream, to come to the United States. So that's where we emigrated here in 1976. I came from a family of everyone had restaurants in London. So when we'd go to visit my aunt, we'd have to go to her restaurant. When we'd go to visit my uncle, so we'd go from one restaurant to the other eating good food. Food connects people and it doesn't discriminate. When you want to get people together, you just put food on the table and they all come. My son, ever since he was little, he would come home and, Mom, I want to go over so-and-so's house. And I'm thinking, I don't even know who these people are. I'm like, they're more than welcome to come to our house. So I would just gather all my son's friends over the house. I would just cook for everyone and they would be laughing and eating. And so one day George is like, Mom, we're having something at school. And my friend said, couldn't you make the potatoes that you made? So one of them on his phone, it says Desi potatoes. And it's just funny how some of these kids, they feel loved by the love that you show them, which is food. I use all non-toxic cleaners and I have a big cutting board for all my vegetables. I have different ones for different meats. I have been in the travel industry for about 30 years. During the pandemic, I had an office job. I also fell back on travel, so I kind of did both at the same time just to kind of supplement my income, and I loved what I was doing. When I lost my job, I couldn't fall back on travel because no one was traveling either, so I had nothing coming in. Basically, I'm like, well, I love to cook. That was my other passion. So I said, that's what I'm going to do. I rented an industrial kitchen. I was cooking food. I was delivering it to the neighborhoods. I was putting ads on social media, but it was kind of hard doing it on my own. So after Tre'dish approached me, I was like, oh my God, this sounds like a dream come true. You can just be the best cook, but if no one knows about you, you're just basically cooking in the dark. Tre'dish will just take you to the next level and introduce you to the world. With Tre'dish, I can actually work my own hours. I can be home with my son. You don't have to sacrifice all these things, just to be able to work. I never like to show any sign of weakness to my son. A couple of years ago, I went through cancer. I didn't think I can get worse. I just thought, okay, I just need to do whatever I need to do to get this out of the way. You don't have time to be a victim. I was blessed to come out of everything, and now I'm in remission and I can just move on with my life. It puts everything into perspective and what's important to you, and everything else doesn't matter. I'm Desi Nicola, and welcome to my Tre'dish kitchen.